My professional practices. Let me tell you about a little bit about my professional practices. I was in the school Escuela Primaria Eugenio Garzazada, that it is in calle Cordillera de las Cascadas en Avenida Montes Urales en Colonia Maravillas, Puebla. Well, this I can tell you about some specific things about this school. Well, the first of all that I want to tell you it's about the relationship that has the teacher and the student. I can tell you that they have a good and a regular relationship. And why? Because, well, let me tell you that I was in two grades. The first grade, it is second grade, and the second grade that I could have the opportunity to teach, it was the fifth grade. Well, talking about the second grade, they had a regular communication, or I don't know how to tell you, but the communication it was regular, to not for not to say bad. But in the fifth grade, it was a good relationship. And I can tell you that it was a relationship where the students look like confident with the teacher, because they were so quiet, and the student looked like comfortable with the teacher, and that in the classroom. Well, uh, let me tell you something important about the second grade. In the second grade, I could saw that the teacher didn't there in the classroom all the time, because the teacher, I can't say that the teacher it was a bad teacher, because she was we're talking about a woman teacher. She was not a bad teacher. She was trying to do a good job, but I know that she had some things in their life, that she had to go early in the school, or she arrived late in the classroom at the beginning of the day in the school. That means that in the classroom the group it was well, there's no discipline with the students in that classroom. And well, let me tell you something important, that it is the relationship the student and student. I'm talking to you this about because it's important to take all of these things into account to understand about the graphics that I'm going to show you, uh, how these graphics that I could have through the instrumentos, and how I could saw this during the journey, right? And about the student relationship, student. The student about talking about the fifth grade, they were students are quiet. Students feel comfortable in classes, and um, students, when I asked them about the environment, they told me that they were, well, they felt in a good environment. And I could tell that most of the students have friends. And I'm not talking about this point just in the fifth grade. I'm talking about the both grades, in the second grade and the fifth grade. Because taking into account that in the second grade there's no discipline, they had friends, they have a good relationship between them. I didn't see anything bad into that classroom. Questionnaire for parents. Let me show you what answers I had for my questionnaire for parents. Well, let me show you how many people respond to this questionnaire. Well, just 55 people respond me this questionnaire. here we can find some information about them, who respond this questionnaire, and well, let me show you the first graphic that I had for those answers. Well, the first question is, ¿cuál es su último grado de estudios? Well, in this question we can find some interesting things. The first one it is that just one parent says that has as a last level of grade as primaria, and the second one it is junior high school. Just says 8 parents that has junior high school as last grade of studies, and high school. Just 23 people says that it has high school as last grade of level, and licenciatura 20 people, and the last one maestría. 3 people says that it has maestría as last grade of studies. Well, maybe this can impact in their children in the school, right? In their learning of their children. Well, the second question here it is maybe a little bit difficult to understand because they told me a lot of answers, like you can see. But the question here is, ¿qué hábitos de estudio fomenta su hijo o hija? Well, some of them told me that they foment reading as an habit, reading and mathematics, and they told me that they repasar y leer. Well, and even we can find that they told us that they foment reading and research about new themes, new topics, right? And even they told me that cumplir con las tareas. Well, as we can see, just one person here, they told us cumplir con las tareas, and maybe there are a lot of habits that we can see here, but these are a lot of habits that they are telling me that these we as a teacher we can see them in the classroom or in their learning, right? Well, in the third graphic that I have is, ¿en su hogar cuenta con recursos necesarios para las tareas de sus hijos? Well, as computer just told me 3% or 4 parents told me that have a computer. Well, smartphone, 12 people told me that have a smartphone for their children. For example, something interesting that is books. Just one person told me that has books for their children as a resource, and it is interesting to notice because now just no many people have books as a resource, right? They have internet, and I can say that the internet it is with smartphone or computer. They have these two tools in their house. They don't have books anymore. Maybe they can have, for example, tablet, third person told me that they have tablet, and even there are people that tell me that they have all books, internet, smartphone, computer, and well, that's it about resources in the school about parents. And well, in another part, we can see that here the answers about habits that they foment in their children before to come to the school in the morning. For example, the first one, levantarse temprano y alistarse para la escuela. I could say this in the fifth grade, because in the fifth grade, the students arrived in the school on time, even even before on time, but never late. I'm talking just about the fifth grade. In the second grade, I could say that some students were arriving late during the journey. Well, for example, que sea educado. I could say this not in all students, but just talking about fifth grade, yes, I could say this thing in most of the students that I could have the opportunity to teach them. Well, for example, they told us that ordenar cuarto, desayunar, lavarse los dientes, arreglar su cama, etc. Repasamos, verificar su horario de clases y materiales que va a ocupar. Well, this part, it is maybe I can tell you that it is difficult to say that it is true, or well, maybe in all the students, because when I was teaching some topic in the classroom, and I said, well, you have this for homework, you have to bring in the class this material, your English notebook, etc., etc., etc. In the next class, I said, well, students, you bring your material for the class, and most of the students told me, no, teacher, what material? You never told us nothing. Or answer like, no, teacher, I didn't bring that material. I forgot it in my home. And well, for example, in this graphic is about qué tan efectiva crees que es la comunicación entre la escuela y los padres de familia. Well, this is something interesting, because, for example, insuficiente says for people that says that it is insufficient. The communication is it is not enough, right? And well, for example, 23% says, well, or 13 people says that it is just a little bit of communication between school and parents. Here we have that most of the parents says that it is the communication is good, right? 34 people says that. Just 4 people, yes, 4 people says that there is excellent communication, and I can say that I can say in my own opinion that it is good, because I could sign the events in the school when they have, for example, dances for this for the last graders that they are going to finish the elementary school, and some of and other events, right? Well, and for example, as the last one, ¿ustedes de esta comunidad o proviene de una comunidad diferente? Well, in this part, I can say that there is a question that maybe just tell me that where they live, right? Because for example here, 14 people says that, or most of the parents says that they live in that community, and for example, uh, just one person says that there is from another that comes from another community, right? So yes, of course, mo- uh, most of the parents says that they are from that community. Well, now that we already saw the questionnaire for parents, let me show you the questionnaire for teachers. Well, now let me tell you about the questionnaire for teachers. I didn't have luck with this because I sent this questionnaire for the teachers to three teachers. Yeah, no, to three teachers. The first one it is the second grade, the teacher of second grade. The another one it is the fifth grade, and the another one it is about the English teacher of the low level, uh, first, second, and third grade of elementary school, right? But I just have one answer. Just one person answered this, and well, for example, the first question it is. ¿Cómo describiría la relación entre los docentes y los estudiantes? Well, she says that it is a good environment in the classroom to for their learning for the students, right? And she says, ¿de qué manera describiría la suya? Well, she says that it is a good relationship with the students, and I asked her in this questionnaire, ¿qué es lo que te hace un maestro cercano a tus estudiantes? She says the confidence and to listen to them and to take into account their interests, right? Si no cree que es cercano a ellos, ¿cómo solucionan las problemáticas que se dan? That's the question that I ask her. And she says, siempre escuchando las versiones de los involucrados. And well, these are the answers. And how I could saw this in my classroom in the second grade? Well, I could saw some of them. I could saw, like I said, she has a good relationship between a student and teacher, but um, I think that they have to improve it, right? Because I could tell that the students are there's no discipline in that classroom. Well, the another question it is, ¿qué hábitos fomenta usted los estudiantes para sus aprendizajes? ¿Cómo lo hace? Well, she says, eh, lectura diaria, la reflexión y la investigación para que imitan opiniones. So, the another question is, ¿tiene estudiantes que provengan de comunidades diferentes? And she says no. ¿De qué manera incluyen en las actividades y eventos culturales? Tuve una respuesta para esta pregunta. She didn't answer this question because she says that there's no students from other communities. ¿Qué es lo que hace usted cuando se dan problemáticas entre estudiantes? She says, escuchar sus versiones y citar a los padres. I could saw this when I was in the last journey. My last practice, professional practices, when it was March. I could saw this when it was a problem into the classroom. They had a meeting with the parents of the students, and I could see that they had a little problem with one student, and I could see that the teacher, wrote something like uh, what happened in that situation, and I could see that the mother of the children uh, of the son firmó this paper, and the directora firmó también. And the teacher did it too, right? We can see this that they have a particular way to solve these problems into the classroom. Well, um, this is a questionnaire for a teacher that the teacher respond this questionnaire. It is Hilda Ruiz Martinez, the teacher in second grade. The other teachers didn't answer me this questionnaire. I don't know why. I think that they have their reasons, but we can think that there are some facts or some reasons that they didn't answer this.